Hi geeks and freaks, Big Girl Geek here with a brand new Geek Chat. Now you know in my last video I said Geek Chat will be replacing random thoughts. I also figured this could replace my Word from the Geek comic book news show that I do every Friday. So that way all the comic book news, rumors, and everything that we need to talk about can be in one video, Geek Chat. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the Geek Chat. Alright, there's so much comic book news and rumors that I just could not wait to get on here and talk with you guys about everything that has been going on. First up that I want to talk about is Suicide Squad casting news. Will Smith is out. That's right, he is out as Deadshot and he has been replaced by none other than Idris Elba. Yeah, I've been a little shocked too, because first of all, alright, well here's a little backstory really quickly. James Gunn, who did all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, had got let go by Marvel/Disney because some old nasty tweets of his resurfaced, I think about child pedophilia, something like that. And so, you know, Disney, they're very family oriented, they cannot have that associated with the brand, so they let him go, and DC picked him up, much to my surprise. I thought that was very surprising considering the nature of the tweets, but they were very old tweets, and I think he has since apologized and all that jazz. So DC picked him up to do Suicide Squad, and he has rebranded it, and all of the original cast I think is gone, except of course Margot Robbie, who's playing Harley Quinn. So this news came out I think yesterday or the day before. At the time of this video, if you're watching it on March 7th at 3:16 p.m. I think the news was announced yesterday or the day before. Not sure. Because I'm getting over a cold. Please forgive me. That's why I sound a little stuffy. I'm getting over a cold, so I can't remember when this news was released. But Idris Elba is playing him now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Idris Elba have a problem with Marvel and he left Marvel because he said he really wasn't into these comic book movies? He didn't like the hair and the makeup and being attached and having to be in like so many movies, and that's why he wants to leave Thor? Right? So it's so surprising to me that he jumped on the DC bandwagon and now is playing another comic book character. Unless the real reason he didn't want to do Marvel is because he wanted to be more of a bigger name. Is Idris Elba going to be the star of this? I mean, Suicide Squad is an ensemble movie. There really is no lead like a Thor or Iron Man or Spider-Man. You know who the leads are in those movies. It's an ensemble, more like the Avengers, where, you know, they're all big stars. So I'm very confused as to why Idris Elba has taken on the role of Deadshot. What do you guys think? You think he's going to make an awesome Deadshot, or you think this is going to be a flop? Let me know in the comments. As always, I can't wait to discuss with you. Next story that I want to bring up to you guys, keeping it up with the Disney news, sorta kinda, is that Disney World / Disneyland, Disney Company, has announced the dates that they will open Star Wars Galaxy Edge in the parks. Disneyland, I have it written down, is opening May 31st, and Disney World is opening August 29th this year, I believe. So, what does this mean? This means huge park numbers. So if you've been following my channel, you know that my family and myself and my family are going to Disney World. We do Disney World every 2 years for our family vacation, and we're just so happy to be going the first week in August to Disney World. So we will be missing the crowds for the Galaxy Edge, and I am so excited for that. I mean, if you want a nice family vacation and you're not into Star Wars, I suggest you don't go around August 29th. Do not book a trip. It's going to be packed, it's going to be hot, and there's going to be a lot going on. And if you're into Star Wars, those are the dates you can catch them at Disneyland and Disney World. I want to see it, but not when it first opens. I want to wait maybe like a couple years, then go when all the buzz has died down and I get to get all the reviews and see all the videos from the park and the ride and the hotel. It's going to be very expensive, so you got to save up those coins. Alright, the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about in this Geek Chat is, oh, it's a sad story. It is the death of none other than Luke Perry, who currently was starring on Riverdale, which is based off the Archie comics. And of course, most of us know him from his hit iconic role on 90210. I grew up watching him on 90210. I may be a little bit too young for that show, but I did watch it, and he was such a cool character. He seemed like such a really nice guy. All the cast members, old and new, have nothing but great things to say about him, and I did want to take some time to say out rest in peace to Luke Perry. I'm sure you'll be missed, and my condolences go out to your friends, family, co-workers, and everyone that you touched and your fans. So All right, so the last thing that I want to talk to you about, a geek chat, and one that's going to probably take up the most time in this geek chat, is of course the Arrowverse news that hit last night, yesterday. We've lost an Arrowverse show from the CW. Now, if you're an Arrowverse fan, if you follow my channel, you know I watch Supergirl, and I watch Black Lightning, and my favorite is The Flash. And I don't watch Legends anymore. I kind of fell off, and I've never watched Arrow unless I was forced to for like a crossover event or something like that. And yesterday they announced that Arrow is ending. The one that started all, the Arrowverse. This is what's named after. It launched the shows. It launched The Flash. It launched Legends. It launched Vixen on the CW Seed. It launched Black Lightning. I won't know. I don't know if I could go as far as to say it launched Titans, Stargirl, and Doom Patrol, maybe, but they're not part of the Arrowverse. But it definitely launched those CW shows, and of course Batwoman, which is coming this fall, it helped launch. So all of these great characters that we get to see on the TV show, the TV every week on these TV shows was launched in due part to Arrow. I mean, honestly, you got to be honest about it. That's why they call it the Arrowverse. It was the first. But I mean, if you really want to say, you could say Smallville, but well, it's Arrow. And Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow, who plays Oliver Queen, made this announcement. He did a Facebook Live. He was very emotional, and he did some posts and some tweets on Twitter saying that next season, season 8, will be the last, and it's only going to get 10 episodes. So everyone's assuming, which is a fair assumption, I'm sure we guessed it, it will lead into the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, where Oliver Queen most likely will die. If you go back way early in the season, you can catch my Crisis on Infinite Earths theory video, where I think I give my theory of what's going to happen, and I think they made it painfully obvious in that crossover that Oliver's made a deal to replace Barry and Kara. Like, you know, in the comics, Barry and Kara die in this run, and he's made a deal. He will probably be the most likely character to die. I'm sure there'll be some more, but he's probably going to be one that bites the dust. And that kind of explains why Echo, who played Mr. Terrific, left. And I think Sarah's father died. That's maybe why he left early. According to Steven, he told them, I think he said at the end of season 6 that he wanted to make this change. You know, he wants to see what else is out there, professionally and personally. Maybe, like, you know, have some more kids with his family, because he is a husband and a father. You know, get out of Vancouver, which is very limited. If you follow these actors, it's very hard with their shooting schedule in the location in Vancouver to book other projects. I mean, Steven was able to do that second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, which really didn't, I mean, box office wise, didn't really do anything. But so it's very hard for them to do other things, and I'm sure, you know, he maybe wants to go on and pursue other avenues and pursue other things. I mean, but he's been the lead of the show. He said he didn't have much acting experience when he got this job, and now look at him. He's been the lead for 8 years, and he's gone on to do movies and things like that. So even though I don't watch the show, I do want to wish him and the entire cast and crew well, of course. And I mean, I really have no feelings toward it. It's like, I'm not sad. I mean, I'm sad that people are losing their jobs, and that, like, you know, maybe I'm sure we'll still see some of these characters come in, like for Flash or in other shows, but I don't know, maybe I will kind of miss seeing him around every now and again, but I'm sure they'll throw his name out. But I didn't really watch the show, so I watched a couple episodes, and it just really wasn't my thing. I was more interested in Flash when that came on and everything like that. So that is ending. Arrow is ending. Only 10 episodes. That's crazy. That's such a short season. And when you think, like, shows like CW doesn't cancel anything. I mean, look at Supernatural. So I totally believe that this was kind of his decision. I kind of want to believe it. I don't know. You always get that hint, like maybe they were like, no, because the ratings were not that great. But then you look at Black Lightning, and the ratings aren't that great for that show either, and it just got renewed. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But what does Arrow leaving mean for the rest of the verse? Are we gonna call it the Flashverse now? Sure, probably not. I don't think so. Who knows? But I don't think so. I don't think it really, I don't know how it's gonna impact the rest of the shows. I don't know how it's gonna impact Flash, particularly because that was the second show. I don't know if this means they're going to bring in Black Lightning officially into the Arrowverse. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Batwoman's starting. I think they're trying to flesh out old shows and bring in this new second wave. I mean, we also have Stargirl coming. I think that's going to be on the DC Universe app. And I mean, I could definitely see the Flash ending after in like I see 2 more seasons for the Flash. I don't think they're going to get to 10, and I can see the Flash ending. I think the actors are kind of checked out. Nobody on that show, none of the actors promotes the show except Danielle Panabaker, who plays Killer Frost, Caitlin Snow. Grant Gustin, who plays Flash, doesn't promote. Candace Patton, who plays Iris West Allen, doesn't promote. So, I mean, the actors seem a little bit checked out. I think everybody may be tired of Vancouver. I don't know. I hope not. I mean, I would love to see at least 2 more seasons for the Flash, and then they could wrap it up. I don't know if they're going to wrap it up next season. Next season could be the last. I mean, Crisis. What crossover could they possibly attempt after Crisis? Is such a huge storyline. I mean, of course, there are a whole bunch of more comic book stories, but I mean, Crisis is a really big one. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like, I expected it. We make jokes on Twitter about it being canceled and people call it error and things like that. But then when it finally happens, you're just like, oh, really? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's going to affect that much. I mean, they have a lot of decisions that they need to make. Like I said, they could bring in Black Lightning into the Arrowverse, get some more crossovers. Legends might go. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments, and as always, I can't wait to discuss with you. I mean, I could go on and on about this forever, but I wanted to keep this relatively short. All right, so that's all I have for you guys for this week's Geek Chat. Until next time, I'm out of here. Big Girl Geek out. Peace. Hey, where are you going? You just watched a cool video. Subscribe.